Hi. We are in our final week of Lent, and for most of us, it ends tomorrow or the next day or the next day. And then resurrection. And I always love this week because while it's somber for a few days as we think about the cross, the beauty of new life, and that with every death there is life. And I just want to say, whatever you're going through, whatever broken places you're feeling right now, I think God just wants to encourage you that on the other side of it, there is life. And I also wanted to talk about a practice that we don't really talk about a whole lot with Lent. There's 3 pillars of Lent traditionally in the church. They're prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. And I've talked mostly about prayer and fasting, but today I just want to mention almsgiving, because if you haven't taken the time to really think of how you could give generously to the poorest of the poor during this Lenten season, I would love for you to do that this week, as I'm going to do. There are so many good organizations and places you could give to, and I just want to highlight one, and that's the thousands of asylum seekers who are at the border, mostly in El Paso. These are people, I want to say right up from the front that I know this could be a political issue, but that's not where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to deal with the reality that these people are here, thousands of them. They're seeking asylum. And once they have their first interview, if they pass it, they get released to the streets of El Paso. So, but in addition to that, our agencies and our churches, they're all overwhelmed trying to care for the people who haven't even been able to get to the agencies yet because there's just not enough personnel to process them. And so they're staying in temporary shelters. One is just under a bridge. And these are families. And so the churches that are banding together to try to meet their needs, give them soap, to give them a change of clothing, to give them basic food items, they're overwhelmed, and they need the help of their brothers and sisters throughout the world. And so I'm going to provide some links if you'd like to help these churches and other organizations that are all working together to try to care for these poorest of the poor. And whether you choose that or some other way, I hope that you'll know the amazing joy of the reality that because Jesus gave his all for us, we have the grace to give generously to those who are in need. And in so doing, and so giving to the poorest of the poor, Jesus says we're giving to him. And I can't think of a more blessed way to participate in Lent this year. So have a great Holy Week, and have a wonderful celebration on Sunday of resurrection life. Thanks for going with me on this journey this Lent. Bye.